Hi everyone, welcome to the FF Salon. My name's Emily Redding and here we have the lovely Rebecca.
Hi, good morning, I'm Rebecca Wright.
And we also have today with us an absolute wizard with the scissors. It is Jose, who is going to be also doing Rebecca's hair while we have a little chat. So I know you guys have already discussed what you'd like to do. What are you getting done today, Rebecca? Talk me through the look.
Some curls to last for 3 days.
Perfect.
That would be perfect.
Exactly.
Okay, that's great. So we'll get you to come back at the end of the show and we'll check.
And
we'll see if the curls do. No, I won't make you do that. Okay, right. Let's kick off then. Rebecca, can you just tell me a little bit about what you do and where you work?
Sure. So I'm the Chief People Officer. I work for LHV Bank. We've very recently received our banking licence. So we were LHV UK this time last year, but we're now LHV Bank.
How exciting! Did you have a big celebration for that? Big party?
We did.
Make a big hoo-ha?
We did. I think my screams of joy could be heard at a national level.
And relief probably, because I can imagine that was quite a big thing to push through for the business.
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey.
Has it?
And actually, I think when everybody's working towards one mission, like the kind of power of humans is phenomenal. So I think for the whole team, it's been it's the beginning actually, but it's been a great recognition for all of the hard work that's happened in the last 18 months.
Excellent, that's great. And what's it like being Chief People Officer? What's it like? Was it something that you dreamt of when you were younger, that this is what you wanted to do? How did you find it?
It wasn't what I initially dreamt of, but when I fell into HR, all I ever wanted to be when I grew up was my boss.
Oh, that is nice. Your boss sounds great.
I still want to be like her. She's phenomenal. But I think having a really good role model, and what she shared with me was just this kind of amazing ability to cut through problems and always find a way. And I mean, she was really, really inspirational. At the time, I was working in financial services. Banking was quite boring, but we were in quite an innovative space. I mean, this is back in 1999, and she was changing the way that companies were working and doing some really crazy things, which now are all part of everyday life in terms of flexibility.
But back then, it must have been really pioneering.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Great. And what was it about her? What pieces of advice did she give you starting out in the career with all this ahead of you? What was it that she told you that stayed with you, or that you kind of refer back to?
So I think, she was a perfectionist, and I'm sure she wouldn't mind me saying that. So she instilled really high standards, really high levels of kind of accountability and responsibility, deep care. But actually, she's just an incredibly resilient person. So she's definitely
a tough cookie.
Given me some tips on staying strong.
Great.
So yeah,
that's brilliant. And do you find that as Chief People Officer, I can imagine that you've got to wear two hats. You're very much invested in the success of the business. Becoming a bank must have been huge, but then you've also got to look ahead at looking after the people that are already there, looking towards new talent. What are you finding at the moment are your top priorities?
So I think LHV in UK terms is still quite new to the UK market as an employer.
Yes.
So when I joined in August 21, there was a handful of people. There were 4 or 5 of us in the business, and we're now at about 130 people across.
It's great growth, especially over such a difficult time.
And I think what we've really had to hold our nerve and make sure that we find people. There's lots of technical experience out there, but finding people that are culturally aligned and can really help us, I guess, protect the magic that exists in the business, demonstrate deep care for our customers and each other. Actually, fun and friendship is a really huge part of who we are and what we're about.
Tell me about that a bit more. So fun and friendship, are they your corporate values?
They're not our corporate values, but I would say that's how it manifests itself day to day. So
your brand principles almost.
Our corporate values are never satisfied, which definitely resonates with me. It's not about being critical, it's about how can we continue to challenge ourselves to be better.
Coming back to that perfectionist element as well, though.
But not actually it's okay to get it wrong. You know, we like to experiment and iterate our thinking. So it's a very agile entrepreneurial business, and we need people that are okay with that. And one of our other values is no BS, which I like to refer to
as
it.
You can say it loud and proud. We're all adults here. Good.
And you know, people.
I think more banks need to have
people
that.
Get stuff done. Yeah, we've got a very open, transparent, and honest culture. We don't subscribe to hierarchy. We're all people. We're all human beings, and we get the best minds around the table to solve problems.
Great, that's very cool. And what do you think is, in terms of kind of your area of expertise, when you're talking to kind of, I don't know, the younger generation coming into this industry, especially women, what's the sort of advice that you would like to give someone that was maybe looking at saying, hey, I'd love to be a chief people officer of an amazing bank one day? What would you tell them to do or maybe not do, more importantly?
Well, I think, first of all, I really believe anybody can be what they want to be. They've just got to really, really want to do it. So if you want it, you can definitely achieve it with lots of hard work. But I think one of the things that really worked well for me was having a really clear plan, even though it might have been a goal that was 3, 5, 10 years away, but being really kind of focused on what you're trying to achieve and surrounding yourself with really good people who you can learn from, and also who will be honest with you and give you feedback and tell you when you're perhaps not getting it right. And for me, I always say, feedback is a gift. Like, I want to know when it's not working, and I want to know when
it is as well. That's just as important.
Well, yeah. And how do I do more of these things that are working really well, or how do I adapt what I'm doing? So I think feedback is really important. I think resilience is very, very important. It's, as I said, it's okay not to get it right first time.
Do you think LHV really allow that? Do they want people to come in and have different ideas, try things, learn from them? They've not always got to work, or sometimes they might fail. Do you think there's a culture there that really embeds that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously nobody comes to work every day, with the intention of failing. So I think, understanding the risk, creating safe environments. But I think maybe the better way to look at it is, how do you, invite curiosity, encourage people to ask questions, create space for people to learn. And with that, I guess, naturally people feel more comfortable about trying out new and different things. I mean, ultimately we're a bank, right? So we don't want to get it wrong, but we do want to innovate and iterate and learn every single day. So
to be able to keep the culture of a startup is really rare. So many businesses that grow and scale that quickly do lose that. Do you think that is just down to the people and the talent that you guys have spent so much time looking for?
I think there's a real danger that, certainly in Fintech in the last few years, there's been this sort of race to increase headcount, and I think, really thinking about what you actually need to run your business and making sure you stay close to it. We have a very, very flat structure. It's a non-status environment, and I think one of the things that works really well is being able to stay close to the business and what happens day to day. So we swing between day-to-day operations and strategy, and I think that's really important. So
you've got that real lens on the customer.
Yeah, the magic and the culture is protected by staying connected.
Magic Protector's a cool name. Maybe you should change your job title to that. Head of Security and Protector of Magic.
So I think
it's a nice way to look at a people officer role. I think definitely.
Yeah, I've got a good team, so I do definitely get to do all the really nice parts of the job rather than probably some of the less glamorous parts. Albeit, I'm here today getting my hair done, so
which is, I think, perfect timing. We'll do the big chair swivel, and you can have the big. It looks beautiful. It looks really, really great.
Thank you.
Well, let's have a little look.
Fabulous, thank you.
Lovely.
Oh gosh, well, you've saved me from my 2 a.m. start.
Exactly. There you go. Brilliant.
Well, congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jose and Rebecca. Thank you so much. And enjoy the rest of 2023.
Can we come back tomorrow?
You can.
Yes.
Good.